DeKalb, Illinois, and home to the Northern Illinois Huskies. Kickoff unit all lined up, and we're ready to put toe to leather. He'll start the return inside his 5. Finds just enough space across the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. The Huskies offense will have first crack at this one. Last week was a tape they'd rather just put right in the dumpster and forget about it. David, how does a guy bounce back from a game like the one he had last week?
Well, hopefully he burned that tape, because that was not pretty. That was not what they wanted to do, man. Just turning the football over, not enough productive plays. And so how do you bounce back? How do you get started in this football game? Jesse, make it easy. Get him in a rhythm. Don't make it very complicated. Don't give him a chance to turn it over again. You don't need to put this losing streak to another digit in the column.
Yeah, I agree. I think there was 2 big things. I think, one, he was just passive. He was trying to force the big play to happen when there were other completions to be had. So he's just got to do a better job being patient. And I think the guys around him also have to step up as well. They need to run the football. They need to get that controlled passing game going on early to get into a rhythm, as you said, to help this guy get into a good headspace here early and turn the page from what happened the last time out.
Rides the back and leaves it. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. Trying to move the sticks on 3rd down through the air. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. Northern Illinois will line up to punt it away. This will be their first punt of the afternoon. Boy, they had a chance to track that thing down, but it bounces into the end zone for a touchback. So the Middle Tennessee Blue Raiders offense will take the field for the first time. And for their sake, they better hope they've solved some of the turnover and protection issues that just plagued them in a nightmare of a game last week, David.
It was not a good performance. And this offense has got to grow. It's got to get better. And they've got to find some ways to move the football. They've got to throw the football, but we can't turn it over. Jesse, those are the critical mistakes. More games are lost than won. And last week, too many turnovers for this quarterback.
Well, they just had too many negative plays and too many turnovers in that game to win. They believe they've got the dudes offensively to win games so long as they stay on schedule. When you're going backwards and you're giving the offense on the other side more possessions because you turn it over, that's a recipe for disaster, and that's something they have to be able to avoid in this game.
On 3rd and short, the power run here. And he was able to run through a tackle, and they finally get him, but not until he picks up the first down. With the catch, it's Marsh. And the defense had that one well covered, just a short gain there. Backed up now, here's 2nd and long.
They're trying to throw the wide receiver screen to pick up that first down, but the defense just too much speed getting to the ball carrier on that one.
Takes the easy completion. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. On 3rd down, he drops to throw. He makes the catch. He's got enough to move the chains, and they'll spot it at the 47. Let's see how successful they'll be on 1st and 10.
Well, we know this guy is special, and because of that, his quarterback is looking to him on critical down and distances. There on that 3rd down, there was no question. It wouldn't have mattered if he was single covered, double covered, man, zone. That's where he was going with it, and the big-time playmaker outside picks up the first.
He'll pull it on the read. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. This feels like 4-down territory, 3rd and short from the 40. They'll try to power their way ahead. That defensive front just flat whipped them as they knock him down for a big loss. They punt it away on 4th down. Special teams coming through as they pin them back. They'll mark it dead at the 10. Northern Illinois takes over as the offense heads to the field. They just didn't quite find the rhythm on that last drive, Jesse. They had to punt it.
I think they got to be more physical, Dave. I think up front they got to do a better job getting blocks and establishing this running game.
And how easy does football become if you're the more physical team? If you can threaten the run and then run play action, it opens up the whole offense at your disposal.
And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. From the gun, he'll try to throw for it on third down. Finds the tight end. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27. He leaves it with the back. Picks up the first down, still moving. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. And the Huskies are moving quickly down the field. Coming out on first down with the play fake. Fires to the big fella. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Plenty of distance between them and the sticks here on second down. Makes the grab. Nice move there. Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. The Huskies really need to keep this drive alive on third down. He'll sneak it. Absolutely nowhere to go as this defense makes a third down stop. They bring the punter onto the field now. He'll go back to work and punt it away for the second time. Punt goes out of bounds, and a really nice job as they stick them deep in their own end. They'll mark it around the 10. To the air on first down. Catch in the middle, it's Marsh. Brought down at the 21, but a really big play there to pick up 10.
And as soon as the receiver caught the ball, you saw the quarterback start communicating to his teammates what the next play was going to be, because they're now changing the tempo and going fast.
Stacked up after gaining a couple to the 23.
Defense came into this one knowing they were going to see some tempo. They've got to get the call from the sidelines, get it communicated, get lined up.
Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused the missed timing. It'll be third and long. From the gun, wants to pass. On target. Love to see these third down conversions on offense, and they're out to their own 39-yard line. These two guys, just on the same wavelength, they make clutch connections all the time.
And that's practice, man. That's all summer. That's all spring. Just so many hundreds and thousands of balls where you know exactly when that guy's going to break. You know he's a stud. You're going to feed him, especially on these third down situations.
To the air on second down. He's got it down the middle. Didn't pick up a lot there. Moved it forward just a few. Here they come, facing third and long from the 40. Bringing the heat. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on third down. And the incompletion is an open invitation to the special teams unit to come onto the field. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. First play of this drive comes from the 27. Give to the running back. They make the stop after a gain of 3 to the 31. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. Off play action. Quickly out to the tight end. And he picks up enough for the first down. We'll see if they get another snap here in the first quarter. It's been a defensive battle through the first period, and the stats tell that tale. Both sides trying to find a little rhythm and efficiency and move the ball some here as we start the second quarter. First play of the period, first down here. They'll leave it with him. And I think they'll give him 2 on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up. Stuck with a running game on first down. Now here they come again. Second down, they'll go to the air. Unloads to the wideout. He's got an open man. He gets it to the
defenses love the explosive plays through the air, pushing the ball down the field. And look at this. Sometimes it creates some momentum, and you want to capitalize, so you go get on the ball and get ready to run some no-huddle.
Tough sledding there as he picks up 1 to the 29. Goes to the option. Finding open areas. And he's loose and he'll take it to the house. Touchdown, Huskies.
Man, you've seen the evolution of the option. You've seen the evolution with scrambling quarterbacks that can run and be so dynamic and just so much to defend. The quarterback says, forget that. You defend everything, I'll take it myself. In for 6.
Here he comes from inside his own 5. Nice job executing all of the assignments as they put a stop to that return at the 22. The Middle Tennessee offense will go back to work. They're looking for something, looking for anything to try to put some kind of score on the board, down 7-0. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. The give to the back. Got the first down. Looking for more. All down, but he has enough to move the chains.
Well, you got to be able to turn the page quickly on defense. Just gave up a first down on the ground, but here comes tempo. You've got to get lined up.
Firing to the right, complete. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain. Working well behind the sticks on second down. On the move. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Lining up trying to convert this 3rd and short from the 40. From the gun, wants to pass. And a missed opportunity on 3rd down as the defense knocks it free, and 4th down is coming up. After that last incompletion, the offense is now in punt formation. The ball hits at the 5, and it'll go into the end zone for a touchback. Guys, we'll see what the plan is for this Northern Illinois offense. What a good mix of plays, keeping that defense off balance. Oh, he's got some space. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Looking to throw on first down. Got it in the middle. It's Calvin. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. And the Huskies with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. Now they're starting to feel it. They've got a first down at the 44. So they move the sticks on the run. Let's see what they do with this one. Tight end in motion, see how the D reacts. Might as well give it to him again. Running like he wants that football as he gets to the 37. The Huskies with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage. Defense trying to come up with a stop on 3rd and short from the 37. They'll try to get the first through the air. Grab near the sticks. It's Callow. Just what they'd hoped for on 3rd down as they've got a first at the 32. They're going back to the ground. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple. After that last loss, it's 2nd and 12. Back to pass. Gets it out fast. And good coverage by the defense, just a short gain. They've got to come up with a big play on this 3rd and long. Complete to the right. And a nice grab with a defender right on him, and he's down at the 20. They'll run it in the red zone. It's Callow. How about that run as he drives it all the way down to the 13-yard line? Going to work on 2nd down in the red zone is still some ground to cover to pick up that first down. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. Northern Illinois will line up with a 1st and goal. He'll set up the throw. Caught behind the line. It's Stroman. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. The run up the middle, looking for the score. He pushes his way down to the 4 as they get closer and closer. On 3rd and goal, they'll try to throw it in. Quick strike complete.
That's a good example of why location on throws is so important. It's 3rd down, and if the quarterback just puts that in a better spot, his player can catch it and advance it and maybe get the first, but because he killed his receiver's momentum because of the poor throw, the defense was able to rally and make a stop.
Splits the uprights right down the middle. And that will extend their lead even further. And he takes this from inside the 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They take over late in the half, enough time to put together a drive. Trying to start the drive with a pass. And the quarterback goes down at the 11-yard line.
Yeah, and this has been a struggle for this offense, protecting their quarterback. It's priorities, mission number 1, right? Every single game you go into. Last week, I think a lot of the reason they lost was because they gave up so many sacks and hits on their quarterback.
This play will be a big indication of whether this drive goes anywhere on 2nd and long from the 11. Looking left. And they dialed up a shot play, but they couldn't make the connection. You make up the game plan and not a lot on the play sheet for this. 3rd and long from inside their own 20. Looking for a physical attack from the gun. Picks up just a few before he's brought down, not really willing to take a risk there on 3rd and long. And here comes the punt team. Here's the return. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. They'll start this drive going to the air. The quick out. Defense there to get him out of bounds as he gets it down to the 48. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Now the play fake. Caught in the backfield, it's Callow. The defense wouldn't let him loose, and even though it's a completion, they lost yardage. It's 3rd down, and they have to get it to the 42 to move the sticks. Got his man. Gets it inside the 40, brought down at the 39, and they can't stop the clock. The offense uses a timeout to stop the clock, and they'll get a quick breather. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Just a short pass to the tight end. That had all the makings of bug meat windshield, but how about the little corner taking on the big tight end and keeping it from getting the first? This freshman makes the stop after a short gain. Offense calls a timeout here, critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. And with just a few seconds remaining here in the 1st half, they'll try to kick a field goal. No good. Lead is still at double digits, but missed a chance to make it bigger. That's going to wrap up the 1st half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update.
Fellas, looks like you've got a great scene there today in DeKalb. And a lot of coaches will say limiting the big plays and maybe hitting on a few yourself is key. But I'm more of a move the chains guy. Give me efficiency every day of the week and twice on Saturday. The offensive unit that subscribes to the less is more philosophy might be the one that leaves here today with a big fat W.
Let's see what the Blue Raider offense can get going. Down 2 possessions to start this 3rd quarter. They'd love to build some early momentum.
You ain't lying, because you only got so many possessions here in the 2nd half, so now you're down. I got to maximize every single one. Put your best plays together. Start this drive off on a good note.
Yeah, it starts right here. Obviously, you can't get it all back on this drive, but you can create that momentum. You can create something special and some energy, but it's going to start with this offense here executing at a high level.
He's close to the 1st down, but they're going to mark him just a little short. Got Guys, this offense is already reeling down multiple possessions. Really need to cash in on this drive. On 3rd and short, they keep it on the ground here. They get him stopped at the 26, but that'll be enough for this offense to go to work on 1st down. Looking downfield on 1st down. He's got his man.
Well, you haven't seen a lot of incompletions from this guy now in his last 2 games out. Completed over 70% of his throws last week. He's doing it again in this game. As a head coach, you got to love the fact that your quarterback is dialed in.
And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. He'll do it himself. Tackle behind the line of scrimmage, and what a big 3rd down stop by this defense. Another punt on the way. Got to make sure those hammies and glutes all activated. Don't want any muscle pulls from overuse. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. Out of the chute, quick toss to the right. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. They'll send the tight end in motion. The give to the tailback. Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33. And the Huskies come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. From the gun, wants to pass. Got a man. Finally forced out of bounds. Maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. Northern Illinois back to work after picking up the 1st down. From the shotgun, they'll run it. They'll pick up 4, 2nd and 6 coming. Kept it on the ground on 1st down, now back to the line. Trying play action. He's got his man across the middle. They'll finally get him on the ground, but not before he makes it to the 30 and gets a 1st down. This Northern Illinois offense continues to move quickly. Quarterback on the keeper. And maybe he'll get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. Last play didn't go well. It leaves him with 2nd and 11. Wants to go up top. That, friends, is a busted play. Incomplete. Now, they missed a field goal on the last drive, but you need to get points here, so they need to pick up some yardage to at least get in range for their kicker. He's stopped right at the 29-yard line, and it'll be 4th down. And if the kicker can put one through, this will be a successful drive. And he barely got enough of that one to somehow tuck it into the left corner just over the crossbar. And they'll push that lead out a little further.
Man, so many more times we're going to say, go for it, be aggressive. Nice to have a guy you can depend on, and you know you're putting 3 on the board. Nice kick, nice job.
Here's the return from inside his 10. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. The Middle Tennessee offense will go back to work. They really need... Picked off! What a play to set him up! And they'll get him down after a solid return. Couldn't ask for better starting field position for this offense. Gonna run it. It's Callum. Running there. Pulled down at the 11-yard line as they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Just feeds the running back. And he'll step into the end zone. Touchdown, Huskies! No step back in week 3. They have been sharp as they extend the lead. Well, just as you would expect, that didn't take very long.
It didn't, Reese, and you've got to make great field position count. When you've got opportunities, you got to pay it off. And the offense took advantage, scoring a touchdown. Didn't have far to go, but they got the points they needed.
They'll move the tight end. From the gun. Makes the grab in the end zone for the 2 as they extend the lead. Kickoff unit getting some extra work as this lead has really grown. job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Let's see what the Blue Raider offense can get going. Trailing by 3 touchdowns. If you're going to get back in it, David, the time to start is right now.
Got to start now. Defense giving up points on that last possession. Again, the offense is going to have to score, and Jesse probably score pretty quickly.
Yeah, you got to go tempo. You're going to have to try to fit in as many plays as you can throughout the rest of this game. But I think more than that, you got to eliminate the negative plays. No more penalties and no more turnovers.
Nice job by the quarterback, seeing the receiver come open, getting him the football, making the first down. And they like to do this. When they make a first down, they want to go fast. They want to crank up the tempo.
So now it's 2nd and long.
Man, it's been a surprise today for this offense. Like, coming into the game, we all talked about it. We thought they'd be able to run against this defense that's been run on a lot. And this offense just can't get the running game going. Be interested to see what they do to try to change it up, but somehow, some way, they need that physical ground game.
On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. They boot it away. Not going to get a chance to field that one, and the punt will bounce out of bounds. The Northern Illinois offense ready to go back to work. Leaves it with the back. Not much he could do there. Does pick up 2 to the 34. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on 2nd down. Off the play fake. Rushes on him. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. And the defense getting a hand in there on 3rd down. Northern Illinois will line up to punt it away. Here's the fair catch, and he'll make it close to the 20-yard line. And now the offense will come onto the field again. They'll move the wide receiver. They're going to open this drive with a pass. Fires to the right. It's caught. That one could really put this drive into high gear as they have a first down at the 37. Looking to throw on first down. No more time to throw. Quarterback is sacked at the 35. Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long.
Great job by the defense that time getting the sack, but no time to celebrate. You got to line up right now because the offense is going tempo.
He's going to lose a yard on that one. And this offense just has to find a way to convert this 3rd down, or else they are really in trouble. Makes the grab, and he was on his way. Gets it all the way to the 38. Here's an opportunity for this offense in search of its first touchdown. It's 1st and 10. An unforced error there. They don't get the snap off in time.
Delay of game, offense.
The delay of game pushes the offense back. They'll move it back, and it's 1st and 15 for this offense. They'll run it out of the shotgun. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Handoff from the gun. There was just nowhere to cut back. Great job by the defense, and he'll have to take the loss. Now on the move. He won't get there. It'll bring up 4th down. So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. It right through the uprights. Is good from 59. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. After putting up a 3-spot, the kickoff unit set to go. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. Final play of the quarter coming. Makes him talk to the hand. They get him down, and that'll be the final play of the third period. One more quarter to play, and it might be unlikely, but hey, it's college football. Comebacks happen. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Looking to fire. Quickly to the tight end. And they pick up just a few on that completion. Ball's at the 29. Defense can taste getting off the field. It's third and long. Using the quick game. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the first down. Northern Illinois will line up to punt it away. Hauls it in, looking for space. And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. The Middle Tennessee offense will go back to work. You want to talk about having a weapon to bail out a drive? David, that's why kickers are so important after that long field goal.
And listen, important is a relative term. We need to make longer passes and get better gains so we don't have to kick long field goals, Palmer, again on offense.
And they've got the weapons to do that, David. They just got to be able to dial those plays up. Guys have to be able to make them one-on-one to make life easier on this kicker who is so important to this team.
Rush coming in high, and they got him at the 29.
Anytime a blitz gets home that fast, I'm going to call it a lot, okay? I'm going to use this one time and time again until they find some answers to how we got that linebacker to the quarterback that fast.
Coach has no choice here. The offense has to stay on the field, down multiple possessions this late. Fourth down attempt coming. Tight end now in motion. On fourth down, he'll try to toss it. Throws to the wideout. Makes the grab. He's got a first down. Well, they just drained all the suspense out of the fourth down conversion, moving the chains easily. The entire complexion of this possession changed on that one play. Now they've got it 1st and 10 inside the 20. Out of the gun, they'll run it inside. He's wrestled to the ground right at the 15-yard line, and a big red zone opportunity here. They'll run it from the gun. Stopped at the 13-yard line as the drive continues. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Back open in the middle. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. Down in the fourth quarter, it's too late for empty possessions. They'll go for it on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And is going to be batted down. They'll turn it over on downs. Wide receiver going in motion. From the shotgun, the inside give. Pushes forward for 3 out to the 13. Got 3 on first down. It's 2nd and 7. They'll go right back to the run. Breaks into the open. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a first down. They moved the chains on the ground last time. Let's see if they try to hit him up top. Handoff to the lone back. Tripped up at the 25 after picking up 4. Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. Power football with the run. Not much doing there. He gets it to the 26, a gain of 1. Facing a 3rd down and short from the 26. On the run, it's Callow. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. Northern Illinois will line up to punt it away. They may have to pay him overtime. He's punting for the 5th time today. Really good job by the coverage team to make the stop, and that's where they'll put it in play. Let's see what the Blue Raider offense can get going. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple of drives, Jesse.
And I think for this offense here, it'd be nice to hit an explosive play, be aggressive, and really pay off your defense's effort that last drive.
And instead of having to move the ball down the field consistently and then getting stopped on fourth downs, you're right. Create some of those explosives. Take those deep shots. Make those big plays.
One of the biggest reasons today why this offense is losing in the game is they haven't been able to get it going throwing the football. This guy still has not thrown a touchdown pass. They thought coming into this game they were going to have tons of success throwing it, but you got to give the defense credit. They watched the film. They've been mixing up their looks defensively, trying to confuse this quarterback, and again, on that last deep shot, it falls incomplete.
Fires left, and this is going to be incomplete on third. Down by multiple possessions, they can't come up empty on this drive in the fourth quarter. They'll go for it on fourth down. They stop him short of the marker, and they'll turn it over on downs. The give as they work on that clock. After the pickup of 9, it's 2nd and 1. The Huskies with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. The give to the back. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. The officials stop the clock for the 2-minute timeout, and the offense is that much closer to victory. Now they've got it at the 44 on 1st and 10. He'll keep it himself. Got enough for the first, and he's still going. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. Leaves it with the running back. And this one will be stopped for no gain. Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. They've got him looking to run, but they're going to throw it. Find some fresh air. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. With the clock running, this should be the final play. All business today for this ball club. They come out and they get the win.
And that's all that matters. It's not always pretty. You don't always do everything you want to do or check all the boxes.